lying on our back. Great, and I can see you guys. So start by stopping. And just take a couple of breaths here with your mouth closed and drop in. The more that we are fully present as we move, the more effective, the more benefit we get from the movement. And so any worries or concerns going on at the moment in your life, I'd ask you to really carefully just place them at the door for this 30 minutes. So this is your time. And now bend your knees. Place your feet on the floor. And let's just arch and tilt a little bit. So arch so the lower back comes off the floor, but the tailbone is still on the floor. And then imprint, so tilt the pelvis up and back. So then the lower back presses into the floor. So here, keep your eyes closed and just bring your awareness to moving this area of your body. So you're arching and imprinting. You're moving the pelvis. You're also lengthening the spine. And you're moving here, the abdominals lengthen and then they shorten. Really nice. So now come to a neutral spine. So you're neither arched nor imprinted. And you're letting the natural curves of your spine be present. And now inhale through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, lift your pelvic floor and sink your lower abs. And feel like the ribs are coming towards the hip bones. There's this shortening and engaging of the muscles of the abdomen. Let's take an inhale and completely relax everything through your nose. And then exhale. Again, lift the pelvic floor. And then that feeling of the ribs coming towards the hips, it's the activation of the abdominal muscles and the lower abs sink. And now keep that activation as you inhale. So the lungs fill, the ribs expand a bit, but the belly is not as much involved. And as you exhale, squeeze a little more. Exhaling through the mouth. Let's add the arms. Inhale, arms overhead. And as you exhale, like you're pulling on a lever, as your arms come down, you lift your pelvic floor, you scoop your lower abs. And one more. And exhale. Let's add in some spinal articulation. So inhale, the arms go overhead. And then as you exhale, push into your feet, imprint. Exhale into your mouth, squeezing and lift up. Inhale, the arms come down. There's this lovely straight line, knees, hips, shoulders. And then as you exhale, articulate down, exhaling through your mouth and engaging. Let's do two more just like that. And really focus on feeling the movement, on using the breath, exhaling, coming up, and on squeezing those deep core muscles. So in Pilates, it's not just the movement, it's what you also can't see, that activation of the deep core muscles. So strengthening your stabilizers. And this is why Pilates is so amazing for prevention of injury and for rehabilitation from injury. So you're really strengthening those muscles that are involved in movement and in staying still. So let's stay up now, hands at your sides. And let's let one knee go out to the side as you inhale and exhale, bring it back in. So the hips aren't going to move, just your knee goes out to the side. So mobilizing hip socket. So femur head in the hip socket. Inhale, one leg out. Exhale, back in. Inhale, other knee out. Exhale, back in. So here, hips aren't moving. You're moving the leg. And now in a moment, we'll move the hips and not move the leg. So the opposite movement. So now stabilize, lift up, squeeze pelvic floor, lower abs sink. And now drop as if you have sand in your back pocket, your right back pocket. So you're going to drop your right back pocket towards the floor, but the legs don't move. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, left back pocket, like you're dropping sand out of it. So here you can see, right, you're moving your pelvis and the legs aren't moving. So the exact opposite to what you were doing before, And so helping this kind of lubrication of the joints. So the more that we can make the tissue and the muscles kind of spongy, same with the articulation through the vertebrae, the more that there's sponginess and activation in those connective tissue, the more that we're preventing kind of the injury and also repetitive strain. Really nice. Let's make it like a wave. So drop one back pocket, so your right one, then drop your left. Lift your right, and then lift your left. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Check your squeezing as you exhale. Let's go the opposite direction. So now drop your left back pocket, your right back pocket. Lift your left, lift your right. Inhale, inhale down, exhale, exhale up. Subtle movements, and you can start to feel it, and exhale all the way up. So now let's stay up, push into your left foot. Carefully lift your right foot off the ground and straighten it straight to the ground, trace to the ceiling. Bring it all the way down as you inhale and exhale up. Let's go for 10. Inhale, exhale. See, can you lift a little higher by standing more on that left foot and lift the hips? 5, 6. Squeeze as you exhale. 7, 8, 9, 10. And now plant that foot on the ground. Let's carefully articulate all the way down. Just take a little rest in between. Draw your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Excellent. Let's go other side. So feet on the ground, shoulders away from the ears, ribs in, navel to spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the pelvic floor, scoop lower abs, articulate all the way up. That lovely precision. Push into the right foot now, left foot lifts, and then straight up. So inhale down, exhale up. And the foot goes lower than the hip as you go down, and you can flex and point. So you can flex down, point up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's straight away go to the other side again. So push into the left foot, right leg points straight up, and we're going to make circles. So these are very challenging for the hip not to move. So make a circle out, round, down, and up. That's it. Let's go for 10. Inhale as you go down, exhale, coming back up. 2, 3, 4. You have to really concentrate, right? To keep that left outer hip from swaying out, from the left leg from moving. So the stabilizers are really firing here. 8, 9, last one. 10, let's do 5 the other direction. Down, round, and up. 1. Same leg. 2, lift a little higher if you can. 3, squeeze as you exhale. 4, last one. And 5, excellent. Place your foot on the floor. Let's take a little rest. Bring your articulate down. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit, and let's take a spinal twist. So let knees go to one side, knee look the other, and then switch. Super. Let's go the other side with the circles. So press your feet into the floor. Back of your neck is long. Shoulders away from the ribs, from the ears rather. Ribs are in. Navel to spine. Pelvic floor lifts. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze and articulate all the way up. Really nice. Lift the left leg now, straight up. And let's make the circles. Arms are pressing into the floor. They're supporting you. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 6. These are challenging. 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 the other way. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 And last one. Super. Plant your foot on the ground and articulate all the way down. So let's keep working on glutes and hips. Come around onto all fours. So let's start on all fours. We'll just do a little bit of spinal flexion. So in Pilates, we want to really work on that neutral spine. So pelvic floor lifts navel to spine. And inhale, just your chest lengthens forward so we don't arch in the lower back. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, come to neutral spine and then lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, round. And one more like that. Inhale, neutral spine and then lengthen the chest. Exhale, round. Tuck the tailbone. So come to your neutral spine, press into your left knee and the right leg extends back. So really focus on not lifting in the hips like there's a cup of tea on your lower back, and then extend your left arm. So lift the right leg. Inhale, extend. And as you exhale, elbow draws in, knee draws in and round. Inhale, lengthen. Now it's a neutral spine. You engage in the core, you're not arching. Exhale, round. Squeeze, there's 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Feel strong in the core when you lengthen. So really using this back muscles as well. And 6. We'll do 8. 7. Last one. 8. Really nice. And now arm and leg reaching out, same arm and leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, the right leg's going to go to the right and the left arm's going to go to the left. Inhale back to center and exhale out to the side. So again, you working into the hip socket here, and you can see the side body also. As you inhale, lengthen and engage, right? So make sure the back muscles are active. As you exhale, scoop and reach either side. 2 more. And scoop. And last one. You might be like me, kicking the stuff that's around you. Really nice. Come back to center and let's switch legs and arms. So back to all fours. Inhale, neutral spine and lengthen. Sternum forward, chest lifts. And then as you exhale, round the spine. 2 more. Inhale, neutral spine. Core is active and then lengthen sternum forward. So feel like the vertebrae are getting longer. And then as you exhale, round and tuck. 1 more. Inhale, neutral spine, lengthen, sternum, chest forward. Exhale, round. Now push into the right knee, extend that left leg. And then right arm extends and lift both high. And then here, find your stability, right? So check that cup of tea on your lower back hasn't tipped. Inhale, extend. And then as you exhale, round, elbow to knee. Squeeze, pelvic floor, scoop the abdominals. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. 2. And 3. And 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. So really work those deep core muscles as you're moving. So really scoop. 7. The last one. And 8. And now extend the arm, extend the leg. Take an inhale. And lift the pelvic floor, scoop the lower abs. As you exhale, right arm to the right, left arm to the left. Or whichever way you have, whichever arm it is. And exhale. I'm going to bend the elbow so don't damage the plants. And exhale, 3. So you want to mobilize in that hip socket and keep the spine, keep the pelvis really steady. 4. 5. Notice where you feel it. Draw those lower abs in. 6. 7. 1 more. 8. Excellent. Coming back down. And now come onto our forearms. So you can interlace the hands or have the hands flat down, whichever works for you. And extend. We start with the right leg here. So right leg goes straight back. And then lift the right leg all the way up. And now here I want you to think of left outer hip draws in, and you're going to rotate so the right hip lifts. Try to keep the shoulders parallel with the floor. The right hip is lifted. And then here we're going to bend the knee, drawing the heel into the bum, and extend. 1, 2, and engage, especially as you exhale. 3. Lift that right hip a little higher. 4. Push into the hands. 5. So chest, shoulders nice and broad. And 6. And 7. So really scoop the abs, pelvic floor lifts. And 8. Excellent. So now come back to parallel the hip. Feel the difference. Let's make circles. So point the toes and circles. 1. It doesn't matter which direction. 2. And 3. 4. Try not to move at all in the spine. 5. So you're moving in the leg. 6. In the hip socket. 7. And 8. Other direction. 1. And 2. Scoop the lower abs. 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Excellent. So now we're going to think there's a hurdle behind us. So the right leg's out to the right. Chest forward, push into the hands, lift the right leg up, bring it over the hurdle and all the way over to the left. Lift it up, bring it over the hurdle, all the way back to the right. And I'll move a little bit again. Over to the left and all the way over to the right. So strong in your stabilizers. And here there's a little bit of a sway, but you're really working on spine staying steady. 4. And 5. So try not to arch. Really keep scooping those lower abs. And 6. That's it. And 7. Last one. And 8. Excellent. Both knees down. Let's go to the other side. So push into the hands. Sternum forward, spine nice and long. Scoop the lower abs. Pelvic floor lifts. And then carefully just extend that left leg. Really nice. So left leg lifts up. And then we're going to rotate so the left hip lifts, outer right hip draws in. Really nice. And at the same time, we keep our shoulders parallel with the floor. So the rotation is here in the pelvic area. Really nice. And now bend the knee and straighten. 1. 2. Scoop those abs. And 3. And 4. Try to push evenly into both of your arms. 5. That's it. 6. 7. Great work. And 8. Really nice. Bring the leg back now to parallel. Point the toes and circles. 1. And 2. And can you feel the precision and the control? 3. And 4. And 5. Draw the lower abs in. Try not to arch in the back. 6. 7. And 8. Other direction. 1. And 2. It's amazing to work on your hips. 6, 3, whatever. 4. So helpful for walking, standing. 5, 6, cycling, everything we do. 7, sitting. 8. Excellent. And now the left leg goes right out to the side and then over a hurdle and off to the right. Over a hurdle, off to the left. Trying not to sway. There's a little bit of movement, right, which is normal, but you're trying to minimize that as much as you can. So the right hip, you're trying not to let that move in and out. And 5. Lower abs in, try not to arch. 6. And 7. 1 more. And 8. Excellent. Really nice. Let's come into our side. We're going to do a little bit more of the stuff with our hips. So come lying on your side. Your head is resting in your hand and your spine is nice and long. Really nice. So here again, think of lower abs lifted, pelvic floor lifted, navel to spine, shoulders relaxed. Point as you lift up, flex as you come down, and your leg is in parallel. So the toes are pointing straight up. The opposite is rotation, where our toes are pointed to the ceiling. But for now, the toes are pointed forward. So up and down, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love to do all parts of the body, and I also love a class where we kind of focus on one area. So inhale, the knee comes forward 90 degrees. Exhale, it kicks back. So strong in the core. Try not to come forward if you can. So inhale, as your leg goes back, try to really use your stabilizers that you don't lean forward in your chest. 2 and 3 and kick it back. 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8. Stay back now. Hand can be on your waist or on the floor in front of you, on your head, on your hip, whatever works. So the leg is back behind you. Oh, that's it. And now we're going to point, draw the heel into your bum and then kick it back. So it's way more challenging when your hand goes on your waist. You can see I'm kind of wobbling. And so heel draws in and extend it back. But it is good to challenge ourselves, right? When we're at the point of wobble, then we're at that point of challenge, right? So sometimes even just one finger down so you don't have a huge amount of support and you're really focusing on not going forward and back. Foot flexes in. Last one. Really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the leg all the way forward and tap it. 1. And then bring it all the way back. So again, we try not to go forward and back in the chest. Just moving here in the hips, in the femur head. Bring it forward and we'll do 2 taps. 1, 2. And then bring it back high. Bring it forward for 3 taps. 1, 2, 3. And then bring it back and high. We'll go to 8. Forward for 4 taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Careful as you go back. Try not to sway. Really use those stabilizers. That's it. Forward for 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now bring it back. Excellent. Forward for 6. 1, 2. Core is active. 3. Navel to spine. 4, 5, 6. And then kick it back. Bring it high. 2 more. Forward for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And bring it back. And let's see how we go, right? Let's try with our hand on our waist. Up and forward for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back. Excellent. Great work. A little fist in there where you could feel it just to disperse the strong sensation. And let's go straight to the other side. And so lying on your side, head is resting in your hand and body's nice and long. And then straight away activate, right? And so it's the lower waist is engaged, like you're making space for a few ants to roll underneath. Or think of the top hip lengthening away from the top ribs. And immediately you can feel when that happens, the lower abs activate. And so it's those obliques on the sides. And then think of pelvic floor lifts, navel to spine. And we're going parallel at first, going up and down. 1, 2. As you exhale, squeeze. 3, 4. The beauty of side series 5 is you're working so many different parts. You can feel it. You're working the back muscles. You're also working the glutes. You're working inner thigh. 7. And then that fantastic mobility into the hip socket. So helpful. So now next one, bring your knee forward and then kick it back. And always very interesting. The first time you do it, you're going to wobble. And then the body switches on, those muscles fire too. And then you start wobbling less. And it's lovely because then you realize, okay, right, I'm reminding those muscles of their work which is a lot of what Pilates is. And taking little movement breaks throughout the day, you know, doing a few squats, or just standing up and walking around, so that we don't stay in a static position, which often happens if you have a job or you're sitting a lot, so that our muscles are reminded to be switched on. And so you can feel, right? You can feel those muscles in the front really working when you extend the leg back. And now let's stay back. We draw the heel into the bum, and 1. And so we never worry, right? If we wobble, that's okay, because then we're just at the edge. All we're doing here is working and strengthening muscles that we need to be we need to have working all day, right? To help us to support our spine as we work against gravity, staying upright. 6 and 7. And so I always think we got to celebrate every time we move, right? We don't ever say, oh, I'm not doing very well. We just say, I'm that great to be doing this here on a Tuesday morning. And 2, kick back. And you can really feel it. Certainly as you kick back, the abdominals working. 3, and then also into the glutes. 4. If you want to increase the challenge, right? A bit more wobble. 5, hand onto your hip. And 6, that's it. 7, excellent. And remember, chest, try not to have the chest moving forward and back. And 8. Okay, so now we're going to kick the leg forward and 1 tap, and then bring it all the way back. Kick the leg forward for 2 taps. And always, right, on the second side, it burns a lot sooner. And 3 taps. 1, 2, 3. And nice precision control. So not just clocking in numbers of repetitions, trying to really have precision. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then carefully bring it back. And 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And carefully bring it back. And 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And now bring it back. 2 more. And 7, 1 and 2. Nice control as you tap. 3, 4. Shoulders away from the ears. 5, 6. Keep breathing. 7, 8. And carefully bring it back. And last one. Bring it forward for 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Oh, wonderful. Great. So let's come straight away into a child's pose. Knees wide and stretch back. And breathe here. Maybe your forehead comes to the floor, or make fists and rest your head on your hands, whichever works. Really nice. Come up to all fours. Let's tuck the toes and just stretch into a down dog. And deep breaths here. And let's breathe through our nose now. Inhaling and exhaling, firm your thighs, stretching that whole back chain that we were working. Relax your neck. And then very slowly walk your hands, maybe halfway back first, and stay here. Legs as straight as comfortable, of course, no problem. A bend in the knees can be nice. Whatever way is comfortable for you, and now come all the way back. And just here for a moment, just sway a little bit side to side. And let's roll up. So your head and your arms are like a rag doll, and you slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's do another one of those. Inhale here at the top. And then exhale, tuck your chin, and like you're rolling off an imaginary wall, come down, vertebrae by vertebrae. A little bend in the knees can be nice. Inhale when you're down, and as you exhale, roll up, tucking the tailbone under, starting with the lower part of your spine. And then it's like each vertebrae stacks on top of the other. It's nice to close your eyes. And one more exhale coming down. Inhale when you're down and exhale, roll up. Really nice. And let's finish with the 3 movements of the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And feel your hips as you move, feel your chest. And notice, maybe today it feels great in your shoulders to open and close. Maybe today it feels great in your hips to arch and flex. Do one more. And then we come to center. Inhale, center. As you exhale, slide. Center, and then slide. And again, notice where does it feel particularly good in this morning. Maybe in your neck and shoulders, maybe in the sideways, maybe the outside of the thighs. And let's rotate. Hands on your shoulders and exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Great. Last one.